Good evening. Today we're diving into the latest on Najib Razak's legal battle as the Attorney General's Chambers rejects his representation to drop 3 money laundering charges. What's next for the former PM? Meanwhile, rumors about past President Abdul Hadi Awang stepping down are swirling. But are they true? With Tengku Zafrul's exit from UMNO, Zahid Hamidi had assured that the economy will remain unaffected. Stay tuned for all this and more. The Attorney General's Chambers has rejected Najib Abdul Razak's representation to drop 3 additional money laundering charges involving 27 million ringgit from SRC International funds. This is separate from the 42 million ringgit corruption trial also involving SRC, for which Najib is serving a prison sentence. The update came during a case mentioned in the High Court, where Deputy Public Prosecutor Ashrof Adrin Kamarul relayed the AGC's decision to reject Najib's bid. According to Bernama, Ashrof said the prosecution is going to proceed with the trial, and his instructions are to inform the court of the matter and to seek trial dates. The prosecution also asked for time to obtain documents and prepare witness statements. Meanwhile, Najib's lawyer, Shafee Abdullah, pushed for a discharge not amounting to an acquittal to avoid burdening the court's docket and to allow the prosecution time to prepare without prejudice. He pointed out that the case has been ongoing since 2019 and the delay has spanned 6 years. He said documents related to SRC are scattered across various courts, including the federal courts and civil proceedings. The judge then asked the prosecutor for his view on the DNAA application, to which Muhammad Ashrof said he disagreed as the prosecution was ready to proceed with the trial. The court then fixed June 20th to decide on the DNAA application by Najib. In 2019, Najib was charged with 3 counts of laundering 27 million ringgit through his private accounts. He was charged under Section 4(1)(a) of the Anti-Money Laundering and Anti-Terrorism Financing Act 2001. Despite health concerns and rumors of resigning, PAS insists Abdul Hadi Awang isn't stepping down. Kedah Menteri Besar Sanusi has shut down talks that Hadi plans to resign as PAS president. He claims the rumors about Hadi resigning are made up by people who feel intimidated by Hadi's influence. Sanusi added that although his health has slightly deteriorated, Hadi is still capable of fulfilling his responsibilities well. He added that Hadi had never said anything about stepping down at any party event. He was quoted as saying by Harakat that Hadi is still capable of carrying out his duties as president effectively and continues to provide insightful ideas that the party needs. He said it's not easy to find a leader who has ideas, a healthy mind, and strength that exceeds physical capabilities. He added that Hadi is not just a party figure, but also plays a significant role on the international stage. Sanusi said PAS members throughout Malaysia want Hadi to continue serving as the party's president, and that he is also needed by the Muslim world due to his vast experience. Previously, Kedah PAS Commissioner Ahmad Yahaya had blamed Pakatan Harapan for the rumors. He had claimed that it was an attempt to divert public attention from major national issues. Is Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim playing it safe on reforms or just making excuses? That's the question Bersatu Saifuddin Abdullah is now raising. In a sharp statement, Saifuddin said Anwar now acts like someone more worried about survival than change. Saifuddin accused Anwar of dodging responsibility for reform delays by blaming others and softening his stance. He called it typical PMX behavior, blaming others to hide his own weaknesses. Saifuddin pointed to Anwar's past promises when he claimed reforms could be done immediately and would get full backing. However, he said Anwar now claims that the government could collapse if reforms are implemented too quickly. Saifuddin wasn't buying it. He said, "This is an unbecoming approach for someone who calls himself a reformist." He added that he found it concerning that Anwar seems to place the blame on coalition parties such as GPS and GRS regarding the issue of support for reforms, and on Anwar's use of the word hikmah or divine wisdom to explain the delay. Saifuddin said it seems more like a ploy, an excuse to justify his failure to implement the reforms he had promised. Yesterday, Anwar, who has been criticized for the slow pace of reforms, said he is doing his best to push the agenda. He said the agenda takes time and requires support from beyond his Pakatan Harapan coalition, which he noted does not have a simple majority in parliament. Muhammad Nagaswaran Muniandy, the Muslim convert, ex-husband of Los Yu Hong, has passed away. He was 38 years old. Law's lawyer, Shamsher Singh then confirmed his death, as reported by Free Malaysia Today. Nagaswaran and Law married in 2008, but the relationship broke down after allegations of domestic violence that saw Law hospitalized. In December 2019, she filed for divorce. However, while she was still recovering in hospital, Nagaswaran took their 3 children and unilaterally converted them to Islam on July 7, 2020. In March 2021, Law was granted sole custody, care, and control over the children, and they legally divorced in September of the same year. Then in February 2022, Law's children who were under the care of the Social Welfare Department were released to their mother after the Kuala Lumpur High Court allowed her habeas corpus application. In April 2023, the Federal Court ruled that a child's religious conversion requires the consent of both parents. It confirmed Law's children were still Hindus. The Perlis state government later tried to challenge that outcome. Alongside the State Religious Council MIPS, they asked to overturn a Court of Appeal decision that had restored the children's Hindu status as reflected on their birth certificates. But in April this year, the federal court dismissed their bid for a review. Will Tengku Zafrul Abdulaziz quitting UMNO shake up the government's efforts to strengthen the economy? According to Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, it won't. Zahid stressed that Zafrul's exit from UMNO won't mess with the country's economic direction. Speaking at the Women in Export Forum 2025 yesterday, Zahid made it clear politics and public service shouldn't mix. He said an individual's political leanings shouldn't be mixed with the management of an organization, especially in the context of governing a country. He added that they have a clear boundary, are professionals, and in line with that principle, he chooses to respectfully acknowledge differing views. The forum was hosted by Metrade in Kuala Lumpur. Zafrul was there, along with Metrade chairperson Riza American Naina American and Malaysian Organisation for Women and Family Affairs chairperson Shahrizad Abdul Jalil. Meanwhile, when asked how things were between them personally, Zahid said that everything is well. Zafrul had announced on May 30 that he officially quit UMNO and had submitted his resignation to the UMNO leadership. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. MARA's hitting pause on sending new students to the US, citing rising risks under Trump-era rules. It said it's keeping a close watch on its scholars in the US following fresh policies under US President Donald Trump's administration. So far, the impact is minor, but officials aren't taking chances. Chairman Ashraf Dusuki confirmed that MARA is working with the Ministry of Higher Education to monitor the situation. He said policies in the US can change anytime, and he doesn't want to expose students to greater risks. He added that they hope there will be no adverse effects on the students and to let them complete their studies first. But for new scholars, that's on hold. MARA has frozen plans to send fresh students to the US this year. Previously, Ashraf said that they had begun discussing with students at its preparatory colleges to explore alternative study destinations. This follows Trump's directive to suspend visa processing for all foreign students and the possibility of vetting applicants through their social media. Following a tragic bus accident that killed 15 students, the government will be requiring mandatory speed limiters for all heavy vehicles, which should not allow them to exceed a predetermined top speed. The aim is to curb reckless driving and boost road safety. What do you think of this potential policy change? We posted a poll yesterday, and here are the results. 65% of voters agreed with the move, saying that it's a necessary step to prevent future tragedies. Meanwhile, 29% said that it could be helpful but called enforcement to be prioritized. Only 4% felt that it is too restrictive. Several voters highlighted how the driver of the accident had several summonses and stressed that enforcement of laws is key. Others agreed with limiters and proposed that speed limits be set to 90 km per hour for heavy vehicles. What are your thoughts on the matter? Join the discussion and share your views in the comments. Next, let's take a look at some of the other headlines from today. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.